Warning, I chain smoke and I say fuck a lot. But I accept myself for the way I am. I accept you too. Viewer discretion advised.
C60 in oil is a powerful antioxidant that moves through the body like a magnet to attract and neutralize free radicals. Gotta get rid of those radicals. C60 can slow down aging and reduce cell damage. It can also improve the immune system and reduce inflammation naturally. Not bad. If you're interested, check out my link in the description. Nutty. So I saw this really awkward interview between Fauci and Jennifer Gardner, and I had to share it. The whole interview is about 38 minutes. I'll leave a link to her Instagram page.
I just wanted to start by just saying thank you for never lying to us. Thank you for always giving it to us straight. I know that you have saved, countless lives in your leadership and your honesty, and we are really sincerely grateful.
Thank you. That's very nice of you. Thank you.
Thank you for never lying to us. I thought that was a really weird way to start the interview, especially since he's already lied to us about the mask issue. He either lied to us before or he's lying to us now. We could speculate for whatever reason, but I'm just saying.
What is the latest? We know we were all wiping down groceries. Are we still wiping down groceries?
Okay, so that's a great question. And I want to get back to masks too in a second. It's a really good question. And the reason is that we used to think that because the virus was detectable on inanimate objects, which we call fomites, that there may be a considerable degree of transmissibility. We're finding out that that's not the case. It isn't that there's zero transmissibility with a tennis ball or a racket, but the overwhelming evidence is that it's much more person to person. Now, getting back to your question that you asked about wearing a mask if you're on an opposite side of a net playing tennis, we need to be practical and reasonable with masks, because sometimes the wearing of the masks gets so wearing on people, they get tired of it, that they might wear it sometimes inappropriately carefully. For example, if you're jogging and there isn't anybody within 100 feet of you, I live in Washington, D.C., and I go down in the evening or on a weekend with my wife, and we walk or jog along the C&O Canal. Sometimes you look, you don't see somebody for 200 feet. There's no reason to have the mask over your face. What I usually do is I pull it down and I enjoy the fresh air. When I pass someone or come into closer contact, I pull the mask up. And it's really simple to do.
I thought you weren't supposed to keep touching the mask. If you're out and about and you keep pulling it up and down and you're not washing your hands, it seems counterproductive to me.
By wearing a mask, you could be putting yourself at even more risk.
There are unintended consequences. People keep fiddling with the mask and they keep touching their face.
People do not use their masks correctly. They play with it. They wear it too long. They rub their nose underneath it.
You hear that, folks? You could be making it worse by wearing a mask, putting yourself at greater risk, because what do you do all day? You're doing exactly what they tell you not to do. You're touching your face all day and getting sick.
Prolonged mask wearing actually increases the risk of disease to the wearer. People tend to touch their faces much more often when they're wearing a mask.
That's so helpful to know, because I think we are all wondering, when you're outside and it's a beautiful day and you don't see anyone, that you're coming in contact with, can you just breathe for a minute?
Well,
yes.
What I do, in fact, this evening, I am going to go out for a walk. So I'll walk out of the house like this, say hello to a few people. Once I get on the trail and there's nobody there, I just do this. It's the same thing. And then if I happen to reach a point where there are a bunch of people, just go and put it right back up. It's very simple.
She loves that face crotch.
They overdo it.
Yes.
And they wear themselves out, as it were. That's the point.
They wear themselves out. That's the point.
So about 40 to 45% of all of the people who are infected don't have any symptoms at all. So that's almost half of the millions of people who are infected have no symptoms.
40 to 45% don't have any symptoms. Does that mean it's not as bad as we thought? I don't get it. Shouldn't that be a good thing?
I'm a big believer in flu shot. Flu season is coming up. Can you just talk about the flu shot? Do we have our kids get it? Is there too much going on? I mean, if they're wearing masks anyway, does it matter? And okay, for kids, how much are their immune systems getting screwed up by not having the kind of the friction of the everyday germs that they're used to being kind of knocked over the head with day to day?
Well, I'll answer.
Sorry, I'm not taking your time lightly. I'm going to make you talk.
No. Let me answer your last question first.
Okay.
Because that's a good question. No, having children cut off from the normal types of germs that come in, their immune system is pretty well developed anyway. You're not going to sideswipe it by doing that. So put that aside.
That's actually really great to know. I think a lot of moms that I've talked to, we've been like, what's going to happen? Are we all going to get every stomach bug in the world as soon as we take off our mask? Okay.
New world order, one world religion, maskism. Relax, I'm just blowing smoke up your mask.
So Wendy, I'm gonna take my mask off when I speak.
I will as well. I'm waiting so that we can do a little political theater.
Okay.
So that it's on camera.
Well, if you get a newborn and you sequester them in a germ-free environment, that's different than having a 5-year-old who you tell them to wear a mask. It's very different.
Okay.
So the second part is important, and that is, what about flu shots? You really should get a flu shot. So everybody 6 months of age or older should get a flu shot. Even with the flu shot, we are hoping that the kind of public health activities that we do, mask, physical separation, avoid crowds, which you're trying to avoid getting coronavirus infection, will also prevent you from getting flu. And we have some indication, because in Australia, which is in the southern hemisphere, and their winter is April to September. Mm-hmm. So just this past spring and summer, they were in the middle of their winter, and they had the lightest flu season in memory in Australia. Wow. And we think it's because everybody was wearing a mask. Mm-hmm. They were being socially and physically distant, and they were not congregating in crowds.
Maybe they just counted the flu as COVID.
Should moms be doing something just to boost our kids' immune system? You know, do you need more vitamin C? Do they need more spinach? Is there anything we should be doing? Elderberry.
The answer is, to the dismay of many, no. So if a child is deficient, there are 2 vitamins among the many. Well, herbs, forget about, Jennifer. I wouldn't worry about them. Just take them. If people want to use them, forget about them. If people want to use them, fine. But it's not something that you can recommend. But there are 2 vitamins that you should consider. For example, if you are deficient in vitamin D, mm-hmm. that does have an impact on your susceptibility to infection. So I would not mind recommending, and I do it myself, taking vitamin D supplement. The other vitamin that people take is vitamin C, because it's a good antioxidant. So if people want to take a gram or 2 at the most of vitamin C, that would be fine. So vitamin C and vitamin D, okay. Any of the other concoctions and herbs, I would not do.
Okay, throwing out the elderberry. Okay. I thank you so much. We're all working hard to stay optimistic. And I tell you, your honesty and your kind of parenting all of us through this. And we can't, you know, you just couldn't have more crushes happening on you in the world for anything.
Well, thank you. That's very nice of you to say that. I appreciate that. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to chat with you. It's been a real pleasure.
Truly, anytime. Anytime you want to chat, you let me know, and I will just make that a priority.
Fucking stoned. I got money.